What's going on, everybody? I'm Zach.
And I'm Andrew.
We're going to talk about the Black Order in Avengers of Infinity War.
Codename Cole Obsidian.
Yes.
Which we said is on the casting report, so that confirms the Black Order will be in it, which is just awesome. Mm-hmm. And we are going to explain why.
Yep.
So basically, the Black Order was never in any of the Infinity Gauntlet storylines. It was just in a recent storyline. Mm-hmm. And you said it was in 2013, so it was really recent.
Yeah.
And he recruited this, basically his own little super team, just like the Avengers have their own team, but of really powerful aliens, which are evil, relative to how we would think. But so he made this group to go retrieve his son, which the Illuminati, which is a group in the comics, like Doctor Strange, Professor X, Namor,
Tony Stark,
Iron Man, Black Panther, Black Bolt, and obviously a lot of those those exact won't happen in the Marvel universe. Maybe 30 years from now, I don't know.
Yeah.
But they could always have a version of that. But the Illuminati was hiding Thanos' son, so he comes to Earth, and he sends the group to different places. So I guess we can start talking about the group, and so the casting call basically confirmed that. But also there was a guy who did the motion capture for King Kong, who said he's working as Thanos' right-hand man, or one of his minions.
Yeah.
For doing mocap for Infinity War. And then we're just like, oh man, who is it?
Mm-hmm.
One of the first things that come to mind to me is Black Dwarf, because that's another character just like King Kong that's huge and hulking and powerful. Like you said, his skin is impenetrable, and I think he looks like a mix between the Hulk and the Thing.
Yeah.
And just has a huge axe. And we said that versus the Hulk, Black Dwarf versus the Hulk would just be sick.
Yeah, he kind of looks like how Hulk is looking Ragnarok. He has the axe and he has a headpiece, I guess, and
yeah.
So
I can see that. Yeah,
it'd be a really cool matchup, I guess, with them two.
Yeah, maybe Hulk brings his armor, keeps his armor from Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
Look at the Grandmaster and just be like, I'm going to keep this.
Yeah. And then we get his Black Dwarf's brother. So there's going to be four. So one's going to be left out. We'll talk about who we think that is. So Black Dwarf's brother is Corvus Glaive.
Yeah.
Which is much more of a humanoid form. And he's known in the comics as he's a master strategist and tactician, and he's basically Thanos' right-hand man. And I just postulated that. The plan. Thanos knows what he wants, but Corvus Glaive may be the one that's putting the plan into motion.
Yeah, because Thanos. Thanos is smart and everything, but he has a big ego.
Yeah,
and that kind of gets in the way, a lot of times in the comics.
Not bigger than a living planet, though.
Yeah, yeah, but it might cloud his judgment a little bit, and he's just probably by this time he's a little eager to have his plan come to fruition. But
he's obviously very wise because he's been waiting this long.
Yeah,
to do anything. So he's very wise and patient, and he's wise enough to know that Corvus Glaive probably would make a plan better.
Yeah.
And Corvus Glaive is really cool. He has a blade that, as long as it's intact, he's immortal. So he can come back from anything. We're talking Wolverine gets nuked head on, and he'll come back as long as that blade's intact. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Key word there, immortal.
Yeah. And so you said that you think it could have been Corvus Glaive in Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
talking to Thanos, kind of because he looks like he's his right hand man, and he looks very, very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he was ever called anything.
No, they've never. I've never I've seen. I guess cast list on IMDb and everything, and even in the movies, he's never said who his name was or anything. He's just kind of always there with Thanos is around, and he kind of sort of speaks for him in a way, or kind of like before you can talk to Thanos, you have to talk to him.
Yeah, like his secretary, and we always assumed he was the other. So he does look similar to Corvus Glaive, but yeah, this guy in the movies just who we think is the other doesn't have eyes. But even if once he gets his neck snapped in Guardians by Ronan, if the blade's still intact, he'd be fine.
Yeah.
So that could be a possibility. I'd probably want to see Corvus Glaive look different than that. Yeah. But then the other one, which we could have in this one, is Ebony Maw, which is basically he's very much like a telepathic villain. I think he's much less physical.
Mm-hmm.
So his role in coming to Earth for Thanos to find his son was to hypnotize Doctor Strange, basically.
Yeah.
So we could definitely see them adapting some of that.
You could probably see where he comes maybe to the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes in there and kind of hypnotizes him or does something where he's able to grab the
time stone.
Yeah, Agamotto.
And we would think probably the more brute force Black Dwarf, Corvus Glaive, and Proxima Midnight, which we'll talk about, would be the ones that would take on Vision and take the Mind Stone out. And that theory, I mean, just saying that, speculation, we saw a little bit of leaked footage of a CGI character with a long staff.
Yeah.
That is fighting Vision.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is Proxima Midnight because she has a staff that was forged by Thanos. And it has like the power of a supernova on one end and a black hole in the other.
Yeah. Which,
if you just watch any video about supernovas or black holes, you realize how insanely powerful that is.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has a lethal toxin that will spread from contact with it, which is actually so powerful that it was able to bind the Hulk and revert him back to Bruce Banner. So that's insane in itself.
Yeah.
So I think she would be really cool to see. And obviously, like, they're adapting the Black Order from that comic storyline where he's trying to find his son. And in this case, he's trying to find the last two Infinity Gems, which are on Earth.
Yeah.
And because we assume that he already has all four of them before he goes for the last two. And the one we left out is Supergiant. I said before, I think she just looks... Is it he or a she? I think it's a she.
I think it's a she, yeah. It looks very...
This looks way too similar to Nebula. So if they did adapt Supergiant, she would just have to look totally different. But they have... but Marvel does that. That's the reason why Dormammu doesn't look like its modern day counterpart in the comics.
Yeah, he has differences.
So people wouldn't think it's Ghost Rider.
Yeah, they weren't going to put a flaming head, dude, and like, what? Ghost Rider is the ruler of the Dark Dimension, huh?
Yeah. Someone would say that. So they made it absolutely
clear,
crystal clear that is not the case.
No.
So that's his Black Order. That's what we think they're going to do.
Yeah.
I think it'd just be really, really cool to see.
Yeah, there's
all those things going on.
Yeah, they're like you said, they're not gonna. Thane's not gonna be in the movie. Has nothing to do. That would be very confusing to have Thane on Earth and then they're going to get Thane to try to get Thanos' son back and be like, what? I thought you were trying to get Infinity Stones and stuff. But yeah, I think they'll I don't think they're gonna have all of them. Probably 4. Maybe they could dwindle down to 3 of them, but they're not gonna have they don't want. There's already too many characters in a sense in the movie already. You don't want to just keep shoving in more and more and more and more.
And like I said before, and I'll say it again, like James Mangold, you're wrong. You can develop the characters alone in other movies, and then when you put them all together, it's not cheap because you already have development for all of them. You're just throwing them into a new situation, interactions, and there's always players that have more time for their stories to be developed, because part of the story in Infinity War will be Cap and Tony reconciling. So they obviously will have way more time than Black Widow.
Yeah, because both of the Russo brothers have came out and said that the Avengers will not be, I guess, a team at first of the movie.
And so that'll be very cool to see. I mean, that's why they did Civil War, and they did it the way they did, so that they can continue that story and resolve it in this movie, which is very cool. It's
very. I mean, I don't know. It makes the stakes higher because they're not all buddy when the movie starts. You know, it's like, all right, look, there's this big alien dude coming to Earth who's trying to destroy everything. We need to settle our differences here, and you know.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about how we think that's going to go down.
Yeah.
In our next video, where we're talking about what we really think is going to happen in Infinity War.
Yeah.
We could probably do some speculation for Infinity, the Avengers 4, the untitled one.
Yeah. But yeah, the Black Order is kind of going to be like his army, and you know he might have some other people with him. I mean, it's not going to be like the Chitauri or Ultron's army, where it's thousands upon thousands of beings fighting the Avengers. But I think these people, you know, Thanos, he's going to be OP himself already, and then he's going to have these 3, 4, maybe 5, I don't know, whatever characters on the side that are even more not more powerful than him, but more powerful than, you know, like the Chitauri and stuff. This is going to raise the stakes a lot more.
And I think, I said before, I think even if Thanos came with all those Infinity Stones, that makes him super powerful, but I don't think he could do it on his own to get those last 2, because Earth has some mighty defenders, for sure.
Yeah. So
it makes sense that he would recruit 4 other aliens to help him out.
Yeah, and especially after the end of the first Avengers, you know, they say
you've seen what they can do.
Yeah, he's like they're not
more of them now.
They're not the cowering wretches we were promised. So like to challenge them as the court death, you know, that's going to be something that's kind of played out in Infinity War. You know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, like Vision said, they're very power entices challenge.
Likes challenge. Yeah.
So
that's so cool, and it makes sense. You know, I mean, that's
like that challenge word. It's more meaning to it than just a word of just challenge. You know, Thanos, he kind of lives for challenge in a way. Like he wants to please. He wants to please death. So, and now that he knows that the Avengers are nothing to snuff at, he you know, grabs the Black Order.
If they're a worthy opponent.
Yeah, he grabs the Black Order, and you know he's a deviant himself, or part of it. No, he's a part of the Eternals, but he's a mutant, so he might
with deviant genes.
Yeah, he might grab some deviants too, but we'll see. But
yeah, definite possibility. And just like Nick Fury said, trouble always comes around, and Ultron said as well, when the Earth settles, God throws a stone at it, and he said and believe me, he's winding up.
Yep.
And then cut scene to Thanos' fist, because he is sure winding up.
Yep. And also stones. It's a play on word.
Oh yeah.
So It's going to be.
He'll throw some stones at him, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a spectacle to watch. I can't wait.
Oh yeah.
The more set photos and videos and stuff we get, the more excited I get.
Yeah, that's something about us. We don't care about spoilers. We want to know as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But we'll tune in next time. We'll be talking about the Infinity War.
Yep, 3 and 4, because we have some thoughts on that.
Mm-hmm.
So, other than that, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Marvel Nerds. We got a lot of stuff coming soon, and we'll see you guys later.